Sold. Engaged Kiss already has me sold. I am already on Team Kisara. Kisara has already captured my heart already with the first episode of Engaged Kiss, a new series that is premiering in the summer 2022 anime season. I am already hooked on it. This is my first impressions on this series, so let's jump right into it. Engaged Kiss is a 13-episode series that is currently streaming on Crunchyroll. It is an original done by A1 Pictures. Some interesting people working on this series is Fumiaki Maruto, who is, of course, known for doing Saikono How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend, White Album, and Classroom Crisis. And the character designs are being done by Sunako, who, of course, is known for doing Day Live, Ainge Verge, Hyperdimension Neptunia, so some really great character design. And like I said earlier, I'm already sold on one of the characters, and it just got started. But yeah, quite a banger of a first episode. It essentially opens up with this guy named Shu. It's kind of a setting that seems like a semi-futuristic world where they do have the existence of demons. And there's actually this anti-demon bureau that kind of monitors whenever these actions happen with these demons showing up. And it's kind of interesting because they almost have like a bidding system where people come together in this virtual reality world and they show the situation of a demon attacking, and everybody gets to bid on it. Each of these different groups that fight against demons will have to bid on who's going to take on that job. And we follow Shu, who is not doing so well money-wise, and so, of course, he's the one that underbids everybody else to his own detriment. But yeah, Shu, our main character, is having some major money problems. From the very get-go, we get to see that he is scarfing down food because somebody's buying him food, and he's talking about his phone getting cut off. He's got this girl back at his apartment that's showing up at his place, and the power's cut off. He's got some major money issues. And based on his conversation with this girl that he's having dinner with, it seems to be stemmed around the idea that he only takes on jobs that he's passionate about. Like, he can do so many jobs. He quit the organization that she's working for, which apparently her mother runs. And it seems because he wants to kind of pursue his own dreams. That everything, even if he starves, he only wants to do jobs that he wants to do. Which seems to bug this girl because obviously it seems like she likes him, so she's willing to pay for his dinner. And even when she says, "I'll contact you later, okay?" And he's like, about that, and my phone's getting cut off, and she ends up paying for it, which is just terrible. But yeah, the oddity here, and it's something that gets into revealed later on, is when Shu goes back home, he ends up running into this girl named Kisara, and Kisara is this girl that's really, really into Shu, and she's staying at his place, and it seems like they're sleeping together. I don't know. I know they make a comment later on that he keeps saying that he's too tired to sleep with her, but I don't know if that's because they've done it before and they're not anymore. But she seems to be a demon. As we find at the very end, it kind of reveals that, yes, this is an A-class demon. Each demon, based on their power, what they're able to do, they each have different classes, and it seems like she is an A-class, and she really likes Shu. Now, the oddity here is that we haven't really established so far if it's only violent demons that get taken down. Is it all demons that get seen or taken down? Because obviously Kisara is fighting alongside them, and they're not trying to kill her. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Nobody wants Kisara dead. She's walking around normally, so it seems like they're okay with demons existing in this world. Maybe it's just only violent ones that trigger the anti-demon brew, and then they come in to send in mercenaries. But yeah, she really likes Shu, and enough that she's cooking dinner for him, and she can smell the smell of women on him, and she gets really angry. He doesn't want to eat because he just ate dinner, and so she's going on this big tirade about how she failed to cook it properly because she had no power and it's all cold, and so she might as well she shouldn't even exist anymore, and so he has to eat it just to make her happy. Really, really goofy girl. And then yeah, it kind of hits in again on the idea that he's got no money, and she's saying that she paid for the power bill, which is, oh my gosh, you have some schoolgirl paying for your power bill. But she wants to do that, and he's talking about how he bought this other crap, and then she gets really depressed, and she wants to have like I can say this on YouTube and it'd be okay. The two of them eat a lot of pills and sleep in the same bed. That kind of stuff. She's really crazy attached to Shu. And like I said, already really liking her goofy nature. Very cute and very, again, over the top with her nature. But like I said, this all leads into them having the anti-bureau have this case. He goes in there, underbids everybody by 100,000 yen or whatever they're dealing with here. And everybody's mad. Like, it was interesting to see this because I knew that he was going to underbid everybody. Like, they're saying, okay, here's this casino. There's a demon attacking. He's probably a C class. We need somebody to take it out. And all these people bid. And they're all about 100,000. And he shoots for like 80 or something like that. Way under them. And it was interesting because it's not like one of those cases like, gosh, he underbid us everybody again. The guy that can barely pay his bills and underbids everybody like insane amounts. Gosh darn, and walk out the door. No, there's like people that are going legit. You're going to bring the market down. Like this is a standard thing in contracting. I've dealt with it personally. This idea that you have all these people and there's people bidding on it, and then there's this one group of people that doesn't have much overhead and they'll underbid everything, and thus the market comes down. And what they're saying there is that you're going to bring the market down, and security in this island is going to fall apart because nobody can survive if you're underbidding everybody and all these companies fail. And then when a really bad thing happens, you don't have the equipment and the people, the proper for this cost to handle it. And so they're kind of already hitting at something here. And again, I think that's going to rest back on the idea of Shu just wanting to do things because he wants to do it. Like, this is something he's passionate about. They haven't quite in this first episode really got into what's his driving force, other than the fact that he left this big company that does this and he's doing his own work. So obviously maybe the big company had him doing things he didn't want to do. Take probably Kisara was a target and he chose to leave the company because they wanted him to kill her. Again, him wanting to do what he wants to do and doing it for pennies, it's really damaging things around him. But yeah, he ends up going there. He thinks that Kisara is still mad about the money thing, so he goes there alone. It seems like he does like spend like 80% of what he bid for to pay for this girl, Ayano, the one that fed him, that he left the company for, paid that company to help him. So he's still working for the company, but he's paying the company. He's like subcontracting. But yeah, he goes in there, and it seems like they have a tactic they usually do, but that fails. They end up finding out it's a B-class demon. And then, yes, Kisara just kind of pops up out of nowhere, out of the ground, and saves Shu. And here's where the engage kiss thing part comes in. And I'm really curious exactly how this is going to work, because what essentially it's laying out is it's almost like a Sankare or something like that. One of those types of shows where it requires the two of them to get a little lovey-dovey in order to power them up. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a thing of she just likes it or if she's really draining him, because it does look like he is drained afterwards. But yes, she's like, we haven't worked together in 3 months, so I don't have my energy. And so he's like, okay, we're going to do that thing. And he's like, well, I guess we could do that thing. And then, yes, they just, oh my gosh. We get some really raunchy kissing going on, which is like, oh man, first episode, raunchy kissing. We are just going all out. We are not a typical anime here where either that's censored or holding hands is what powers them up. But yeah, they went all out with that. I think she even lost a tooth in his mouth or something. I'm not sure exactly what that was. After he woke up, he brings something out of his mouth, and it looks like a horn or a tooth or something, and it says something on his hand of like mid-battle. I'm not sure what that signification is. Is that a contract they make and it tells him that she's in battle? Not sure. Again, hopefully something that gets explained later on. But yeah, then we get to Kisara going crazy. Ayano's there too, shooting things, and then they start fighting each other because Kisara realized the smell on Shu was Ayano, which again seems to be a past fling. But yeah, these two girls went ballistic, and eventually stuff starts blowing up, which takes out of the money that he makes, and they kind of wrap it up at that point, revealing that Kisara is an A rank. So really, like I said, a fantastic opening for this whole thing. I think what really has me so far, let's get this out of the way. A1 Pictures, my gosh, it looks fantastic. Visually, it looks great animation, and not only that, really fantastic sound and music to go along with it. This thing just, I ramped up the volume. It was so good. Visually and audibly, it was fantastic. But it's not just that. It's not just visually great. They got something else here, which is chemistry already. They already have established really good chemistry and a really well-rounded cast. This isn't just two cute girls and then a guy. They already have like a little bit of personality to Shu. He's selfish. He's a little bit cocky. He jumps into situations. He gets a little flustered when the other girls start fighting. A little bit of comedy and just his reaction to what's happening around him. He does seem like a really goofy character, although very selfish. And yeah, you would probably want to punch him for the stuff that he does. Like the moment that Kisara is talking about having to pay for his bills, I'm like, dude, seriously, get off your butt. That stuff is the stuff that really kind of makes him more, I guess. It's good to add a little bit of a selfishness into a character, because it kind of makes him a little bit relatable. You might not, jive with his selfishness, but at least you see that he has a selfish nature about him. He's not just standing there and letting the girls look cute. So I like that. I like that Shu already is an interesting, fun, and flawed character that reacts to the area around him, and he's not just there to kiss the girl that's really cute and have her power up and beat up everything. But yes, like I said, Kisara, already sold on her. Like, her transformed version was super good looking. Her character design's fantastic. She's got a cuteness about her. She's got that, devilish and lethal aspect about her. And Ayano, even Ayano, I like. Ayano's really kind of the mature girl. The mature girl that is a little bit selfish as well. That kind of gets a little bit thrown off her stability by Kisara. But yeah, Ayano is the mistress that takes care of everything, and Kisara is the cute fling that you kind of get with kind of thing. So they got a really, like I said, really well-rounded chemistry going already. The world itself, we'll see. Like we're already kind of creating questions around, again, what was on his hand. Is it him giving mana to her? Is she pulling something from him to power herself up? Or is she just doing it because she wants inspiration? The power of love powers her up. That was like my initial thought there. It's already got a lot of adult themes in it. The idea of like technically kind of indicates that they've already slept together. So it gives an indication these are grown-ups versus typically with anime, it's just a bunch of school kids fighting demons. So it's got a more maturity rating in there. Again, we technically had them going all out with some raunchy kissing. So again, that aspect's there. And again, we'll get into the idea of, again, is demons not allowed at all? And they're just allowing Kisara because she's so powerful and she's helping them? What exactly that comes from, or if it's ever going to get into. It seems like it's a lot about to do with Shu, his failed business, what he desires, even if that is to detriment to him, and technically his past fling, which again, I'm going to assume at this point, the company that Ayano works for, the company that Shu used to work for, probably wanted them to kill Kisara. And that's why he's so driven. And it seems like there's a little bit of an issue there. When Ayano even mentions him coming back, she's like, he says something and she realizes, oh crap, that's right, that's a soft spot. And again, I think that's going to be because they wanted to kill Kisara, and he probably saved her, and that's probably why she loves him so much. But yeah, so many great scenes as well. Him throwing the key to her and her getting super excited. The whole fighting in the midst of all the demons and them killing the demons as they're shooting and slicing at each other, the two girls fighting over him. Again, her kind of very yandere nature when they're in the apartment alone and she's like talking about losing it because he smells like another woman and stuff. Just some fun stuff, and like I said, it feels very more mature than typical anime. On top of phenomenal animation, I cannot wait for more. This is definitely in my list of exciting for this season so far, but I hope you guys enjoyed my first impressions of Engage Kiss. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below, and if you've not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get all my content. I'll be doing first impressions of all the shows of the season, so if you want to get my take on each one of them and figure out what's worth checking out, that's definitely a benefit to you. I would appreciate you subscribing. And if you'd like to support this channel more, I would greatly appreciate if you consider supporting us through Patreon, our tips link, or the super thanks button down below. Your support makes this happen, and I greatly appreciate it, and y'all take care.